Hello and welcome to another Doctor Who figure review. In today's Doctor Who figure review I'll be looking at the Amazon exclusive Bill Potts figure, which has only just been released. It was up for pre-order back in February, and since then we've seen another Bill Potts figure being released in the form of the new B&M sets, which I will do a comparison of the B&M Bill Potts and this new Bill Potts figure what has just been released. But the reason I think why this figure's taken so long is because Character Options have been trying to find a retailer to stock this figure, to try and sell this figure to, because obviously the toy industry's looking a bit interesting right now, because obviously we've lost Toys R Us, and I think that this figure probably would have ended up being a Toys R Us exclusive, but instead it ended up on Amazon, so you can only get this on Amazon. So right now it feels like Amazon are the place to get Doctor Who figures right now. This seems to be the new retailer for Character Options to send their figures to, and I think that this figure has done incredibly well in terms of sales. So without further ado, let's look at the packaging for this figure, and then we'll do articulation, detail, and a comparison of this figure, and then my overall thoughts on the figure itself. So removing Bill from the Amazon box, you agree to with it another little box, which basically has a load of product stuff and a barcode. So if you love barcodes, then there you go, barcode lovers. But once you've unboxed Bill, you agree to with Bill herself in her packaging, so let's have a closer look at it. So this is probably going to be the last time we see this design of packaging, which is a real shame, because I have really grown to love the Collector's Series packaging, because it just encompasses everything about Doctor Who. It encompasses both sides of the show, with classic and the new series in the form of the cogs representing the new series in terms of the 12th Doctor's title sequence, and of course we have the diamond motif to represent the classic series. It just encompasses everything, so hopefully it's just a simple logo change and this packaging still remains. So let's have a closer look. So we have the Doctor Who logo there, 5+, and the diamond motif there, the scale of the figure, Bill Potts collector figure, Character Options. And of course it is in that classic window box design, displaying the figure rather nicely with the nice card insert there, which is really nice. Then the side of the box and the back of the box there with the nice cosmos background there with a bio on Bill, so do feel free to pause if you want to have a read of that bio. And then we have a production image of the figure and a quote from Bill and a prototype image. So taking a look at articulation, the head can do a full 360-degree turn. The arms can do a full 360-degree turn, 360 at the biceps, bend at the elbow, but again the arms are still very rubbery. We do have waist articulation, but mine seems very stiff and I don't really want to force it. The legs can kick out, and of course can do the splits because it is a T-crotch joint. Bend at the knee, and we do have 360 degrees at the foot. So what are my first thoughts on this figure? Well, I really do like it, mainly because this is more of an iconic version of Bill, because obviously this costume was very much seen throughout the publicity of Series 10, obviously minus the jacket, and this costume I believe was seen at the end of the pilot and throughout Smiles, so it is a bit more of an iconic version of her costume, and obviously was seen more on screen than the actual pilot version. What we got in the B&M set, what only appeared in the first scene, and that was basically that. And then obviously this is more of the iconic Bill costume, and instantly taking this figure out the packaging, it feels a bit more solid and a bit more sturdier than the B&M one, but it still suffers the problem with the rubbery arms, but the arms and the actual build quality of the joint and that does feel a lot more solid. So moving on to detail now, if you've seen my review of the 12th Doctor B&M set, then you'll know that I absolutely praised the Bill Potts figure because the likeness is just absolutely spot on, and if you haven't seen that review, I'll leave a link in the description below. But yeah, I think that Character Options have just really captured the likeness of Bill Mackie. You know, you can definitely tell that it is Bill Potts. Obviously, if you take away the stripy top, you definitely know that it is still Bill. The hair I just absolutely love. I think Character Options have just done a marvellous job capturing Bill Mackie's afro with the sort of black base of the hair, and then obviously sort of dark brown wash to really highlight the individual strands of hair, which is just done really well. As you can see, it's just done really well. We're just seeing the different strands of hair. It is just done really nice with a nice sort of spiky texture. It's just done really well. Of course, we do have her little yellow bow in her hair, which is very much the same as the B&M one. We do have a little bit of quality control issue there, but obviously this is an online exclusive, so you can't really choose what Bill figure you get. It is very much potluck. But yeah, the likeness, like I said, you can definitely tell that it is Bill Mackie. It's just very well, and the paint apps seem a lot more refined on this version. So taking a look at the torso now, we've got to say that Character Options have done a really nice job in replicating the striped pattern design of her top, and obviously we've got the buttons what are sculpted onto the actual top itself, and we do have some nice creasing detail there to give it that lifelike effect on. Moving it round to the back again, we continue the nice creasing detail, and again it is present on the back, which is done really nice to give it that lifelike effect. but there is a little bit of issue with the quality control. Like I said, you can see some paint splodges, but I guess that's going to be naturally expected because obviously it is such a small scale figure, but obviously it's on the back, so I'm not too fussed because obviously I'm going to display the figure like that and it just looks absolutely spot on. So if we move to the arms are literally just the same, but there is a bit of a quality control issue. There is a bit of a black mark on her arm, but again, it's not too noticeable because again, it's on the back of the figure. Moving down to the jeans now, there's not much to say about the jeans because literally the B&M one had a lot more detail because they tried to replicate the denim look, but these are just literally black with a few creasing details to give it that lifelike effect there, and we've got the pockets sculpted there, but still, it's done rather nice. It's just not as detailed as the B&M's trousers. And the shoes now are completely clean, there's no dirt on them, and obviously the shoes aren't accurate because it is basically the Abby Maitland figure. But again, it's done rather nice. You can see the lace details there, which is done really nice. So I really do like that. And again, we have the difference of the sole and the actual shoe itself. So yeah, detail wise, it's very good. You can definitely tell that it is. So moving on to the comparison, so we start off with the face sculpt and hair. So taking a look at the head sculpt, you can instantly see that the B&M one, like I said, is a lot more refined and just seems a lot more neutral, which I just much prefer. So if we take a look at the hair is now a matte brown and black instead of a gloss. So I guess the most obvious difference is obviously the costume, because obviously we've got the more iconic Bill Potts costume there, but obviously the character options, like I said, have done a much better job on painting the Amazon version, because obviously you can see there's a lot of paint bleeds on the B&M one, so I feel like this one is definitely won that one. Obviously they're now black and doesn't have much detail to give that denim look, but obviously that's how the costume was in the episode. Moving it down to the shoes now. You can see that the new Amazon one has literally got clean trainers, there's no dirt on them, so that's quite a nice little addition there. If you just have a closer look, you can definitely tell that the paint apps are a lot more refined on the actual face, and you can definitely see the differences in quality with the figure there. So yeah, what are my thoughts on the Amazon exclusive Bill Potts figure? Well, I really do like it. I think that it's a lot more refined in terms of paint apps, especially on the face, and obviously the quality control is pretty good considering this is an online exclusive, so there aren't too many niggles in terms of quality control on my version at least, so I think that it is a lot better. Like I said, the build quality, it just seems more of a solid figure. The joints seem a lot more sturdier in the arms, because my original Bill Potts figure, you know, you can see the joint, you know, so it wasn't actually connected into the arm that well, whereas this one, you know, it just seems a lot more solid and just feels a lot more whole. Now the arms still suffer that rubbery quality, but I think that's down to the actual costume choice, what character options went for, because obviously she's not wearing a jacket, so you don't have that sturdiness what, you know, the normal figures will have jackets in. But the arms aren't as rubbery, so that's a bit of a good thing. And I just think that overall it's just a really nice variant of Bill, and is definitely the definitive Bill figure what we're probably going to get. So yeah, and it just looks really nice next to your 12th Doctor and TARDIS, and it's just great to have a more iconic version of Bill. This figure I believe is priced at £12, and once it's gone, it's gone. So definitely consider picking it up if you want a more definitive Bill. And personally, I do prefer the Amazon Bill to the B&M one, but obviously the B&M one, you are getting free figures, so it is more value for money. But I think that this Bill just seems a lot better in quality, really. So yeah, I definitely do recommend this Bill Potts figure. And yeah, so that concludes this video. Definitely worth the price tag, and definitely worth the wait to have a proper definitive version of Bill. So yeah, really nice figure. I really do like it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this figure review, and I'll see you next time. So thank you very much, and bye bye.